Kirill Belorosov was born in 1987 in Tallinn, Estonia. His family lived in the cozy residential area of Mostoma. His father worked in the police, previously served in the Navy. Nothing is known about his mother. After receiving his diploma, he moved to the UK. There he worked as a bartender at the Ek nightclub in central London. At the same time, the guy told everyone that he was a stuntman and was Brad Pitt's Tupler in the film War of the Worlds, trying to impress others. But it was not true. In 2009, Kirill met Lyrolin Russia Berto at Rosenka, France in a bar. The girl was a film producer and led her fashion block. The couple dated at the age of 8, but their relationship cannot be called happy. Lyrolin was a beautiful girl with a successful career, 2 years older than Kirill, and a little overweight. Because of this, he often insulted her. Secretly from her, he dated other girls, and Lyrolin, without knowing it, sponsored him to meet with others. Kirill borrowed money from her. When Lyrolin, tired of his betrayals and humiliations, decided to break up with him in 2017 and asked him to return the debt, which by that time amounted to about 10,000 fonsorlings, he began to play on pity. The guy said that he was sick with pancreatic cancer and spent the money on treatment. Lyrolin asked him to return the money because she was having financial difficulties and did not have enough money to pay the rent. Kirill promised to give her money. Soon he called her and said that he found a new good apartment for her. Lyrolin was very happy. She started to pack her things and prepare for the move. The girl wrote to her friends about this happy event, but soon on March 3, 2019, the girl disappeared. She stopped responding to messages from her family and friends, and did not show up for work at the Lyrolin PR firm, where she worked as an assistant to the manager. This was not at all like Lyrolin. She was very responsible and instinctive. But she began to send a strange SMS message that Kirill gave her money, and Lyrolin left to have breast augmentation surgery, and also to look for a place to live. In one of the messages she wrote, "I went to look at the house. It is beautiful, and Kirill gave me another 7,000 fonts sterling, so I am going shopping. And he transferred another 10,000 fonts sterling a week ago. Now he is gone. There will be a housewarming party soon. Jacuzzi breast augmentation." All this seemed very strange to relatives and friends, because the girl never planned to have surgery, and she did not throw away her work because of this. It was unclear why she could not call and tell everything instead of sending these messages. The relatives of the missing girl contacted the police. The police came to her house to check if everything was okay with her. No one answered the door. The search for 34-year-old Lyrolin began. On March 12, police found her buried body in Klumba in the backyard of the house. The girl was naked and wrapped in garbage bags. Her hands and feet were tied. Hiding seemed that Lyrolin died of strangulation. Pathologist Anna Tam, who performed the autopsy, said that he had never seen such strong signs of asphyxia. The killer squeezed her neck until his hands began to hurt. It became clear that there was a personal motive. DNA samples of the alleged killer were collected from the bandage with which the girl was strangled and sent for examination. Suspect was Lyrolin's ex-boyfriend, 32-year-old Kirill Belorosov, who owed her money. And besides, as it turned out, immediately after the girl's disappearance he flew from the UK to his homeland in Estonia. The entire picture of what happened was reconstructed from the CCTV footage. On Friday evening, March 1, Kirill invited Lyrolin to an expensive restaurant in Richmond. Then they went by bus to the girl's home. On the bus, you can see how they rode together. Kirill held Lyrolin's hand and gently stroked her leg. The next day, they went to the store for household items. He convinced her that he had found a new flat in South London for her, and they were preparing to move, which was due to take place on Sunday, March 3. The couple bought various household goods and Lyrolin packed her things for the move. Kirill knew that his lie would soon be revealed when the moving van did not arrive in the morning, and that same evening, on March 2, he brutally dealt with her. After that, he calmly sat down to watch adult films on her computer for several hours and played in an online casino. And then the next day he went to a hardware store, Homebase, and bought an axe, tape, soil and garbage bags there, and then buried the body in the yard. The UK has sent a request for the extradition of Kirill Belorosov from Estonia. In Estonia, Kirill celebrated his birthday and behaved as usual, raising no suspicion. He was arrested in Estonia, and on March 15 he was handed over to the UK authorities. Kirill did not admit his guilt, and was even so sure of it that he himself asked the court to quickly deliver him to London. In Great Britain, his DNA was tested, and it matched the samples on the bandage that was found on the murdered girl. As it turned out, the suspect had never had cancer. In the last months before the murder, Belorosov had a mistress named Agnes, and was also dating a nightclub waitress, Sabrina Severina. Moreover, he also deceived his mistress Agnes, telling her that he was supposedly dying of cancer, and in February 2019, she gave him more than £11,000 to pay for treatment. Kirill lied to her that he would go to a clinic for intensive therapy for cancer, and at that time he himself, with her money, took a new girl, a waitress, Sabrina, to expensive restaurants in central London. And to the casino. He was charged with the murder of Lyrolin. At the trial he never admitted guilt. That's how he talked about Lyrolin. After meeting Lyrolin we walked all night, and in the morning she invited me, and I never left again until we parted. Kirill also claimed that he had given her all the money and there was no reason for him to kill her. He cited her text messages as evidence, which, as it turned out, he had written himself from her phone. Prosecutor Oliver Glasgow said that Kirill Belorosov deceived the victim into believing that he intended to help her and repay the debt. He promised her that he had found a new flat and they would live happily together there. But in reality, she was a problem for him, which he had decided to eliminate. The prosecutor also said that the last few minutes of Lyrolin's life must have been truly horrific, as the defendant squeezed the life out of her, and as she fought for her last breath, she realized that the man she cared for was a survivor, a fraudster and a murderer. The suicide lasted 4 slow minutes, during which he calmly and methodically killed his wife, and as a bonus, he walked away with the money he owed her. Kirill correctly guessed that the password to Lyrolin's Wi-Fi was his own name, Kirill Belorosov, and used it to watch adult videos for several hours after he killed her. He then buried her body and sent messages to Lyrolin's family and friends from her phone, and to his family he sent the message in French, using a translator to match her style. But the translation was incorrect, and that's what gave him away. In the correspondence between Kirill and Lyrolin, it turned out that he was forcing her to send him nude photos. The mother of the murdered girl participated in the trial with the help of a French translator. Belorosov laughed at the trial when the message he sent to Lyrolin was read out. When asked why he was laughing, the defendant replied, "I'm laughing about something else." The prosecution presented evidence that his phone was in Lyrolin's house for several hours at the time of the murder. To which he replied that he had been sitting on a bench near her house and drinking beer, but had not entered her house and had not seen anyone suspicious. A jury of 7 women and 5 men found him guilty after deliberating for less than 2 hours. The court sentenced him to life imprisonment, with the right to parole after 24 years. After the trial, it emerged that Kirillov's father Oleg, then 60 years old, had disowned him. He told me there was nothing to say about him. He had never been honest with me. He was very close to his mother. Many of Kirill's friends still cannot believe that he could have done this. Although all the facts point in that direction. Everyone considered him an open, kind, well-mannered guy, and how he could do such a thing is beyond them. Lyrolin's mother, Frederique Bertha, said that the death of her own child was against nature. "There is not a minute during the day that I do not think about my daughter. I cannot touch her, I cannot kiss her anymore. I watch videos with her to hear her voice, to hear her laugh, to see how she moves." Thanks for this interesting story to my subscriber Maxim Semenov. If you also have interesting stories, you can send them to me by email, which is indicated in the section about the channel. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. Let's meet, as always, in the comments to discuss this story. Thank you all for watching and supporting.